hello. Is this thing on? You guys hear me? You know, I can never tell if the music is too loud. Oh, I forgot to set this. I can never tell if the music's too loud or too like whatever, you know? No one answered. What music? Wait, you guys don't. I swear I'm being trolled. There's definitely music being played. There is definitely music being played, okay? Okay. Okay! Is this zoomed in too much? Am I? Oh wait, it's on 30. I can tell it's on 30. Okay, cool. I'm chilling. How is everyone doing? Sub baby. That's pretty okay. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. We got the hat. This is the good luck hat. We didn't. I was just watching your video a bit. Music a little too loud. Lower it down a little. Is that good? What up, Death Tree? How you doing? How's your guys' boss event going? It's day 2, so not a lot has happened. I want to go through the creator challenge that we got going as well. So if you guys were a part of yesterday's stream, or at least well, not yesterday's stream, but it technically was yesterday because it was like late at like 3 a.m. Or I guess the other day before. 1 cloud, 1 range. You got like the dream drop, bro. You got the dream drop going on. Atlas with the silver stars. I don't know what silver fucking stars do, bro. I don't know what that means. I still don't know what all of them mean. Buy you something nice. I don't know if I even see those. Bro, Jin, that's huge. 1 cloud, 1 range. That's literally what I want. That's on my wish list, basically. Maybe we set up a poll. I mean, I think it's going to be a skewed poll anyways, but what boss drop do you want? Junder with the floating hearts, 10. I don't know what that means. Let's do Dexter / Sin frag, ironclad, Kraken tentacle, tent, ranged melee. I think this is an obvious answer. It's an obvious answer, but I'm curious. Some people are not chasing after the range or the melee. Some people are not chasing after it. I hope you get nothing. Okay. There's one person. There's 2 people. 1 person again that wants a Dexter and Sin. No one wants the Kraken tentacle. Oh, there's 1 person that wants a Kraken tentacle. Holy. I want to know who this 1 person is. I want another Sin or melee. Why do you want another Sin? Where are these bosses? Gang, help? When did you take out your bosses on Monday? Or wait, when did you take out your bosses on Sunday? It's a 24-hour respawn. So I want a 3rd melee. You have 2 melees? You have 2 melees? Or an aircraft? Okay, here we go with the aircraft carrier. I want you to get a tentacle. You know, I wouldn't be mad about getting a tentacle. Yeah, I got one last night. I don't believe you got one last night. Wait, did you already do your bosses, Murph? Or are you just trolling me? I'm so confused. Only thing I got from the rush is another Dexter. What about the worm? Oh shit, I forgot about the worm. I forgot about the worm. So we're gonna go check out the competition now. Hold on. Fuck. I just saw Murph's thing. Hold on. Okay, here we go. There's a 3%. 3%. That's one person, I think, is voting for the Kraken tentacle, by the way. 3% voting for the Kraken tentacle. I'm glad to see that the Kraken tentacle is getting some type of love because, you know, I don't think it's that bad. I was looking for my Discord, but I didn't know where it was. It's in front of us. So yeah. That's fun. No drops yet. Hoping to get the melee or range frag. I just want the range. That's it. Okay, so let's look at where everyone's at. So currently, if you don't know what's going on with all the creators that want to participate in this challenge, we have a boss strike creator challenge going on. Not boss strike, boss rush creator challenge going on right now. And with that being said, basically how it works is each boss drop is 1 point. 1 point. But if you get a double boss drop from like the AC or the AS, that counts as 3 points. That's a lot of points right there. So at this moment, looks like Murph ended up getting Michelle Obama's bulge, which is a pretty good drop. I dare I say that might be a 5 times drop, you know, a 5-point drop, to be honest. But for right now, he did get an extra melee, which is kind of crazy. Uki got an ironclad. Okay. Oh god, I'm fucking losing this thing. Homie got a range. Homie got a range frag. Denis got a range frag. And a tentacle. You got an ironclad. Okay, I've gotten nothing. I've gotten absolutely nothing. One Dexter from Lee. B and Pink got a melee frag while playing RuneScape. And I have gotten 6-7. And that's what I got. What would you like to do dual grind at least? Fuck. I don't get to choose it. I'm last in line here. Oh god. I'm last in line here. So basically everyone has something on the board right now. Oh, and then Hobby Hangout is also playing as well. He didn't post it in the right place, but he did get a melee frag. So from my understanding, Murph with 1 point, Uki with 1 point, 1 point, 2 points, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, 0 points. So Denis is actually winning. Denis is actually choosing 3 points. Why 3 points? I got 2 tentacles. Oh, 3 points. Oh yeah, I didn't see this. My bad, Denis, my bad. So Denis 3 points in. That's fucking nuts. Denis might be choosing. And right now I'm in last place. Last place, so if you're wondering who wins what, the winner will choose what the loser of the event, the bottom point earner of this entire event. What the fuck is this? The last point earner of this entire event will, will choose who grinds. Right now I'm in last. So that's gonna be fun. I've got my first tentacle and my 5th clad. 1 each day so far. Fuck. Okay, maybe we need to get into this, guys. I think we need to get into this. Let me set this really quick. Might as well keep leveling up. This is not looking so hot for me already. This is not looking so hot for me. Wait, what was that? What do you mean? Like the base redesign? I think I'm going to be doing a base redesign stream this week. I don't know, maybe Wednesday. I'm thinking maybe Wednesday. We'll see, maybe Friday, because then I can stay on a little bit longer. I deleted all my decorations just because I want to redesign my base. not enough compounds. Murph, I'm pretty sure you don't have enough compounds. I'm pretty sure I have more compounds than you, to be honest. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. I think we start this with Bogans. I think we start with the worm. So, I am going to be doing a challenge here. So, when I first fought the worm, I used nomads and dexters. I will not be using nomads or dexters this fight. I will now instead use melee. So that's my crushing. And let's see. You think I could solo this? You think this is a viable way to win this? If I just melee salamander? Challenge melee. Well, here's the challenge. I have to use a different formation every single day on every boss. This gets a lot harder when it comes to the Dreadnought and the Kraken. Because obviously those are a lot harder. I do have an AS formation I do want to try. But I'm not too familiar with how the didgeridoo guy works. I'm still learning what units I could use. I know I could use L7 Sandworm. I'm trying to think of all the different fire type units. I could use a fire drake, to be honest. It says enter the chat. If the salamander doesn't get stunned, maybe. What's up, Lego dude? How you doing? Cool hat. Thank you. Kraken formation, first clad on the left, second clad on the right, first clad on the... Okay. Regi Digi boss. That's what I'm saying. Okay, let's try this. Let's try it. I don't really get SP here. Maybe I try to put a unit with SP that I can put SP on. I'm going to put a nomad, but I'm not going to use it. Just so I can get some type of SP. How about this? I'm going to use a shitty explosive attack. Just so I can get SP. That's it. It's just so I can get SP. Oh wait, that's explosive. I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I need to reset this. I'm so dumb. Okay. So I'm only using the first two attacks here. Put melees next to each other. You think that makes a difference? Checker hit, but oh, the checker attack, I forgot. I mean, the melees, I feel like... Oh, did they not catch fire? Isn't the checking piercing too? It is. Okay. Wait, I can't do that. I need salamander in the middle because I need to hit both attacks with these. So I have to just like fucking gun it, you know? I need fire on both attacks. I can't put melee back one tile because then I can't hit the didgeridoo guy. Just saw a guy use 3 electric fences and 3 drill tanks. That is something I want to use at some point. What's up, Bobby? How you doing? First attack can't hit him. Oh, it can't. Can it? Oh wait, I'm thinking of the second attack. I'm thinking of the second attack. That's my bad. But I feel like I can clear this. Time for the bio-grenade to shot. Just use your adult sandwich to spit attack. Okay. Should I use my young worm instead? Dune, have you gotten any drops? Got my third sinister. Nice. Still fragless. I'm sorry to hear that. He's like, he uses explosive. got a Sinister last night, so I have 3 Sin... How do you have 3 Sinisters? Damn. That's crazy. Is this Sinister like the lowest drop rate unit too? What drops have you gotten? Fucking nothing. My melee actually might die. I'm gonna use Nomad just so I get SP. Oh my god! I'm not last. I'm not last. That's all that matters here. I'm not last. 1,500 SP. See, it's worth putting that in there. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let me see this thing. Critter. They look the fucking same. They literally look the same. Like on this. Does the tames, okay, these are, I'm sorry, this is just dumb. We call this tamed adult, or tamed sand. We went from young worm to tamed sandworm to tamed adult sandworm. Now that I understand, like, a lot of people are saying they should make this red. I kind of get it now. Kind of get it. Worm fucking gang Murph. Oh my god, that's 1 point. That's one. I forgot to take a screenshot. Maybe this will be my screenshot. Holy smokes. Day 2. Okay, we're on the board. That's what matters. Screenshot the VOD. I forgot I could do that. The splash icon looks exactly the same. They're the same on all 3. I didn't even know he had a spit attack. The young worm. Wait, can the young worm be actually good against the rigidity guy? Should I use the young worm against the rigidity guy next time? Okay, let's go to AC. We'll do AC now. Okay, so for the AC, what I did last time, I used nomads. All nomads, because I wanted SP on my nomads. So what's another viable way of taking out? I don't think ninjas win. An RPG trooper will also not win. Can the TF2 soldier win? I feel like TF2 soldier doesn't win this. I can solo 1 veteran. TF2 soldier doesn't win this. Okay, it's basically got the same armor and base. 85 explosive. What does AC do again? Explosive. I don't think this works. I mean, we can give it a shot. Might as well, right? Might as well give it a shot. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I what, burn 8 bars? Oh. This is not doing nothing. The first crit gave me hope, I think. Cook the first. Yeah, okay. First crit get me. Yeah, I thought that too. Okay, let's do solo vet. How about that? Where's vet? Solo vet. And you know what? I will also throw in. Am I allowed to throw in one nomad for the XP? For the SP? I think I want to throw in one nomad for the SP. I think I'm allowed that. You guys just like me wasting SP, and I don't. So, I think I'm gonna throw in one nomad. But the 23 damage? I'll use Nomad's weakest attack. Just to get the full SP. We'll count that as a vet dodge as well. Then I just wail. That's just like another vet dodge. Now you're cheating. I don't count this as cheating. This is just, you know, gaming the system. The AC chooses who he wants to hit. It's not... Oh, shit. It's not my fault. My nomad might die. There's a video of someone beating it with soldier only. Wait, really? They would have to get insane dodge, right? On the soldiers? No fucking way. No fucking way you just kill my nomad like that. All right. Oh my god, baby! Oh my god! Oh my god! That's 2 points. That's 2 points on the board. And that shit is fucking my second sinister, baby. That's the second sinister. We're 2 for 2 on a boss, baby. We're 2 for 2 on a fucking boss. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. We took the screenshot. Don't worry. No, Matt's the secret? Maybe. Average streamer luck. Okay, well, we can't talk about the streamer luck until we see something. Now, we could do the Ancient Sentinel right now. We could do the Ancient Sentinel. But we're not. We're going to leave that to last because I think that's going to be a better ending here. I think I do Kraken here first, and then I go into Dreadnought. Actually, no. I should do Dreadnought first. It doesn't really matter. All right, so this is this is what I want to try. All right, let's see. Let's see. Is this doable? Tentacles are trash against Dread. Are they? I did do this before. I did take out the Dread with Kraken Tentacles before. This is not my first time. This is my first time doing it at level 70 though. Not at level 70. No, I've not done it against at level 70 yet. Let's just test the waters. Let's test the waters. I am looking for just one-hit kills on the subs. Hold on. Wait. That did a lot of damage. So we need to look at for torpedo and explosives. And that's also explosive. So depth charge doesn't really matter, I guess. But the subs will do a lot if they were to stay alive. Does Dreddy two-shot your... Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the torpedo's gonna just fuck up anything, I feel like. I know my poll doesn't... Yeah, I realized the poll... I couldn't add a 5th choice. That was the issue. It wouldn't allow me to add a 5th choice. Maybe we don't go tentacle strat here. Okay. Would this work? I doubt it will. There's no way R1s beat this shit, right? I wish I had more power boats and that I max ranked them, to be honest. Not a chance. Just chance the tentacles, bruh. You just, for the boys. Also keep the clads at second row. You might want to use the second attack. Is the second attack even worth it? I guess it would do more damage than these guys. Because isn't the point that you want to keep your ironclads in the back because of the frontline attack? Why is it a negative 9% against subs? All tag subs? We can try that next time. I'm down for that next time. All subs? I feel like I need to rank up my subs to do that, though. We'll try this. Okay. Reach, nice. Good start. Reset. And it's gonna snipe shit. It's gonna snipe some shit. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna be here for a while. So I'm in second place right now, out of the crater event. So I'm good. I don't even care about being first. I just care about not being last. That's it. And my lights just fucking turned off. Where's my phone? I think I reset here, to be honest. Ironclads are out. I think I reset, no? Is this not a reset? I mean, the sub goes down for sure, but like... These are already so hurt. And the next attack is a depth charge, no? It has to be depth charge next. Use 2 fish instead of 1 to kill the subs. I really think I'd rather have the buoy out than 2 fish. I think I reset because the ironclads are just so low. That's a reset. I don't think I need 2 fish. I could bring 2 fish for a higher chance to take out the subs easier with the submerge attack like that. I'm probably gonna reset. Oh, come on. That was like 249, 250, 262. That was all 250 plus, basically, if we're rounding up here. That's so dumb. I was so dumb. Okay, fish got crit, which I'm fine with. Okay, so now we have a fight here. Buoy, 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 buoy. Okay, on the back line, I think I'm... It's literally half. I think I reset here. Although we have one, do you think Chinooks are worth our 9? No, I don't think it's worth our 9, to be honest. I think I reset here. Okay, I like this somewhat, kind of, not really. And I hate this. And I hate this even more. I don't have M10s to where I can take this out and hit this at the same time. Clads can do it if they were second row. yeah, if they were second row. In that case, yeah, Clads would be perfect for second row. Wait, where are your other Clads? They're healing. They're at the workshop right now. Fuck. I thought everyone had fun. Okay. All right. I mean, he still has depth charge, so I kind of have to see where depth charge even goes in the first place. If he already shot torpedo, I would be open to leaving him alive. I'd rather see what this depth charge is gonna do. Buoy, 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 buoy. What's with this whale formation? Replace the grouper with a guppy. My guppies are not ranked at all. I feel like you already have Clads in the formation. Just use M10s. Or let him lose 15 of his R1s to switch. How many resets this is? Oh my god, this is kind of AIDS, not gonna lie. I am kind of looking for the dream setup here. I think I go double fish. Okay, wait. Submerge. That doesn't kill him. I think I commit on this one. I think this is one we commit. Okay, we'll try it. We'll switch it up. We'll go double submerge. Okay, of course we don't hit crit. Submerge. Ugh. What's up, Deca? How you doing? The stupid boat crits enough to send me to damage that. See, I told you it works. Well, you haven't even gotten into the fight, my guy. We're still trying to deal with this. Congrats on your worm today. So then what? I use this attack here. Buoy, 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 buoy. I'm willing to take that. I'm willing to take this. It might be a little bit dumb because the backline's already hurt, but I'm willing to take this. Is his cooldown still broken? Are these still broken down here? Because he just did depth charge, so it shouldn't be back up. How is this still broken, bro? How is this still broken? Can we talk about that? So then I want to use Ironclads. I at least want to utilize this second attack to maybe suppress then in this strat. So he did checkerboard. That means he has frontline next. I don't think I care about frontline. I could just go ahead and attack. I just give her a depth charge. So do I depth charge next attack? Do I depth charge here? So many cooldowns on so many units are broken. Are they? I know the big bada boom one is broken and this one's broken. I guess the Kraken ones are broken too on the tentacles. I wonder if it's just like really hard to fix. I feel like it's not. Do I suppress here? How much damage is this? Not a lot. I think I'm gonna risk it. Actually, I don't feel like risking it. Okay, okay. Honestly, that's better than I could have asked for. But I am kind of scared. There's a front line, and there goes a buoy. So it's checkered. It's use checkered first. Checkered, torpedo, front line. That's how he's going. Now he's gonna have a skip. Let's just do the thing while you're dealing with the bosses. No. Oh wait, fuck. Okay, wait. I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine. Oh, you got a range now? I fucking wish I had a range. The V2 server effort should fix most, if not all, the cooldown issues. I think I win this. Even though I lose an ironclad here, I think I win this. This is easy. No ironclad. Sadly, no ironclad here, guys. No ironclad. But we're still 2 up. We're still 2 up. We got Worm and Sin. 2 out of 3. Okay, Kraken time. What did I do for Kraken last time? I forgot what I did for Kraken last time. Did I do all tentacle Kraken last time? I think I did all tentacle last time. Bro, let me crack you instead. Hey, yo, calm down. Calm down. What did I do? Okay, I did all tentacle. So we can use M10s. We use M10s here, and then we gotta struggle. After this, after today, I don't know what kind of formation I'm doing. Okay, reset. We're basically just looking for no poison. I will take that. No poison. 226. We reset. $38 poison. I'm fine for poisons actually here. And then we just whale with M10s here. After this, we do AS. And probably cry. We probably cry. Hey, Madrona, did you get any drops today? Any drops today, Madrona, that you guys got? Pretty sure Alex can take out the AC with his level, what, 22 account he has? I forgot. Can I do your AS? What am I doing? I forgot to reload with the fucking ironclad. You guys are distracting me. Excuse me. What up, Uki? How you doing? Uki, I saw you got 2... Wait, was it 2 drops or 1 drop? What's on the agenda today? We're doing our boss rush, baby. And then we have guild interviews with the... And they have some thoughts. So we're gonna be going back to guild interviews, but we're not going to be talking about the guild themselves. We're not gonna be talking about the guilds themselves. We're gonna let guilds basically just talk about the game, just kind of where they're at, what's the thought process and everything. Because I feel like I hear around a lot on just different opinions, thoughts, discussions on where and why things should change. And I think it's pretty important to try and share everyone's thoughts and kind of give everyone that type of spotlight. Is this ready? To kind of see, I mean, to see where the community's at. Now, granted, the devs do not have to obviously listen every single time. We are not devs. I'm not a dev. But I do think it's good to be able to share those opinions out there, right? For everyone asking for feet, please subscribe to become a member. Dude, are you trying to get a raise? Dude, are you trying to get a raise? Yo, man, could you do another AS guide video soon with different units formations now that many different options are available? Cryo, Nomad, Thresher, Snake, Heavier, Megas, Veterans, and so on? Yeah, I am planning to do a different AS video. I'm kind of trying to find my footing in a new style of content, or at least like not really new style of content, but just slowing down just how I do content in general. Not the production of videos, but just how I present the videos. I feel like I want to switch that because it doesn't really match how I am on stream, and I don't want those two things to be different. But I'll definitely be down to do another AS video. Any drops? I got 2 drops and my clad's dead. I've gotten the Worm and a Sinister. I feel like I might not win. Fuck. All right, guys. What's the chances I win this? We thinking I got good chances or bad chances of actually fucking winning this? Are you in the lead now? No, I'm second place. Oh wait, I should have just used the fucking. Okay, that's whatever. It's whatever. Bowie's looking too healthy. That's what I'm thinking. I think I'm fine. I think I'm good. No tentacle. No tentacle. We're 2 for 4. We are 2 for 4. Love you, AP Broski. Take jokes. Fucking Jason. We are 2 for 4. Honestly, I'm surprised. Okay, Owl taking my naval is pretty, that's fine. I take his encounters all the time, to be honest, because he's at the top of the list. It's kind of unlucky that he's there. Okay, we have one more boss. The boss that does matter out of any other boss. It is the Ancient Sentinel. The Ancient Sentinel. So, I did this last time with 2 melees and a nomad. I could do the one where we do 1 melee, 1 nomad, or I could do this formation that I found that someone sent to me. Do the new Reddit formation? What's the new Reddit formation? Someone send me this formation. Probably most of you would fucking hate this one, but you probably don't have these ones. The one I pinged you, the CEC chat with the 5 nomads. Wait, I did not see. I don't think I remember that one. Oh god, 5 nomads, 2 PKs, radio tag trap. I don't know how that one goes though. Do pyro strat. What are these strats you guys are coming up with? Do a formation with heavier tanks vets. A formation for all as common folk. Wait, I have done one. I have done one with heavier tanks and vets. I have done that already, actually. Vanef is never doing the heavier vet formation again. I will never do the heavier vet formation again. You're so right. I got so lucky on that run. So I will never do it again. Do R9 Threshers? Oh wait, no, they are R9. Well, I don't have R8 Nomads. So that's kind of an issue there, huh? Bring Chinook. What the fuck is Chinook gonna do? Do I try to take out the both arms, or do I just skip all, the melee arm here? Do shock trooper offering? Get both arms. I think I'm gonna run this one because I want to watch the video. I want to watch the video for the PK one. And I only have like a couple more minutes. Where are your Cobras? They're in the shop. They're getting painted right now. All these have massive fire resistance, so it makes sense to get both arms. Do I use melee, or do I just use snake here? I feel like I would rather use snake. And then I guess I have to use snake now. So do I take out melee arm, or do I just go for the body here? Kind of. How much would that do? I forgot that could happen. I kind of forgot that could happen. Can I just finish it with this? No. I thought I could finish it with that. Okay, I'm kind of like just theory testing now. How much does fence do? This is only R4 fence, by the way. I'm just curious on how much fence does. 324, 342. $783. Do I finish with fence here? Well, there's no armor piercing on this. Just got another dex. Nice. I don't think fence finishes. Fence is never going to die with both arms dead. So am I just hard focusing on arms then? Bro, I was just playing stun. I'm literally just going to be playing stun the entire time. I feel like, I mean, I guess I could commit because I have other things that could attack instead. I shouldn't have any issues, no? Might as well just use this now. And then go back to the arm. This kind of... Okay, Uki, yeah, Uki, I have the same thought right now. This kind of just feels like solo melee with extra steps. And now the arm's dead. And now I just wail. And I also now have reload time on some of my snakes here. But now I just kind of wail here. So is the move just melee, snake, melee, snake? Or melee, snake, snake, melee? I guess melee, snake, melee. This does just feel like solo melee with extra steps. I'm honestly surprised the fences are still up, even for R4. Those things can just, like, tank. I use my free-to-play formation. %50 fire resist. Guys, do I scroll? Do I scroll? Because I am scrolling. There's nothing fucking here. We got fucking nothing. You hear that? Do you hear this? Do you hear that? That means I got nothing. Game is raid confirmed. Confirmed. Today's not our day to get an AS frag, guys. Today is just not our day to get an AS frag. That's just it. That is just it. Okay. Let me heal my stuff really quick. Might as well burn some bars. I have a lot of widgets. I need to burn, honestly, bars. Let me do these really quick. Did you kill every other boss? Yeah, yes, I've already killed all my bosses. That was it. That was it. That was all she wrote. 83, 84, 85, 86, 87. And then I'll do widgets. And then I think I could do one more. There we go. Oh shit. Well, and now I need to do fucking gear farming. I totally I swear to God, I keep forgetting that I need to heal Naval. Okay. We don't need ironclads for a while. Anyways. Okay. Let me see. They're in VC right now. Anyone else 0 and 23 on the AS? I'm sorry to hear that. To wrap up the poll really quick, we've been running it for 57 minutes. We have 131 votes. 13% of you are looking for a Dexter and a Sin. 17% of you are looking for an Ironclad. 3% of you are looking for a Kraken Tentacle. I feel like that's just one fucking person. And everyone else is looking for a ranged and melee frag at 68%, which is honestly crazy. Honestly, pretty crazy. Let's go ahead and end that poll right now. Guys, we're going to be heading into a new segment, a guild interview with the, if you don't know who the is, they are a top three guild from Boss Strike 2. And basically what I have on story is I'm wondering what they are thinking about the game, the current community, all that type of stuff. This is not going to be just with I'm also going to be interviewing other guilds in the future. So if you are in a different guild, and you want to find out, or you want to be on here talking about the game and maybe your guild as well, you can hit me up. Let me know how you guys feel. I think it's very important to share kind of like what each guild is thinking, what maybe the community is thinking, and all of that. If you're not a part of a guild, still DM me, let me know, because I'm always interested, especially if you have something, you know, that not a lot of people are talking about. I think that's also important too. So let me go ahead, jump into VC really quick and everything, get some stuff started. So give me 1 second, guys. We're gonna switch over to this, and I am going to just quickly mute that. And let me mute this. Jump in really quick. I need to take off this helmet. I have bad hat hair, guys. Give me 1 second while we set some stuff up. Give me 1 second. What the fuck? Who just ended it? Hello? Look, this is my first time. This is my first time. Oh my, you guys gonna complain? I'll just kick you out and we won't do this at all. Don't worry. I can switch up. Do not worry. I can switch up. Merv has 2 minutes. Really? I thought you couldn't do it Wednesday. I thought. Oh, they can't? Oh, hold on. Someone talk?
The most schizophrenic stream of all time.
Alright, there you go.
Schizo streaming is crazy.
There you go. Can't hear him? Can't hear. Okay, we're back up. We're back up. We're back up. Okay, so should I turn off music, I guess? Yeah, let's turn off music. Fuck it.
I don't know.
There we go. Okay. All right. So you guys wanted to come on here and talk about Battle Nations. I guess, well, Denis and Murph they've been here. King, do you want to introduce yourself?
I mean, not much to introduce. I play Battle Nations. I use the Demo Man. You know, that's about it.
What was your last R6 unit that you ranked?
I did the aero bike yesterday.
Like it's done?
Like 2 days ago. Yeah.
Isn't that like a lot of SP?
Yeah.
How much is that?
It's like 700,000 or something.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like maybe in like.
I mean, I can't finish it because it's still level locked, but you know.
Oh, it is?
Till 70.
Yeah.
Oh. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be level locked. That thing's ass.
It's got some it's got a lot of problems, you know.
What problems does it have? Well, how would you change that unit to
Everything.
actually...
I mean, it's kind of a bigger issue because you got the crossover tag issue for one, but I mean, it's a cheap knockoff of the Aero jetpack for one.
That's the one you like, though.
Yeah. There's another guy who likes it. You know who?
Who?
You know, shout him out. He knows who he is.
I don't.
Big Madrona, man. Big Madrona. She knows who he is. He's here. Maybe. It's Reed. How do you not know, man? He talks about it.
I'm not. I don't know. I didn't see.
He does not pay attention.
Murph don't pay attention either, bro. If I'm going down, Murph's going down too.
Why? Oh nah. All right, where are we starting? I guess.
I mean, take the reins. I was hoping you go straight into.
I mean, you had a list. You want to talk about too.
I feel like I lobbed it to you talking about unit rework, and you just did not bite.
Well, how about we talk about the free to play state then for Denny's sake? He's got a lot to say on that.
So, okay. Well, I think we have a decent, well-rounded. I don't know what King's situation is here, I guess, but I think we have a decent, well-rounded situation to where we have free to play, which is Denis, which is very extreme, by the way, because Denis is just not choosing to use any nanopods. Murph, you're a whale to me. King, I don't know if you're a whale.
That's crazy. I'm not a whale.
Dude, you have like 50 Morgans.
That is not true. It's 46 of them. I got 46.
I think King is more of a whale than I am.
Yeah, it's not true. I played the game at all sorts.
I'm like a medium
I was playing this game before you were born, buddy.
What level are you, King?
Max.
Murph, what level are you?
He's max.
Oh, okay. When did you hit max?
Like a week and a half ago.
2 days ago.
And King, when did you hit max?
Like a week ago.
Okay, so you're a whale.
That is not the case.
I only have 18 Morgans. He has 42. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, 46. But I have other stuff. I got nice little tenements. I got like you know.
More nano housing.
It's more nano housing. That's just more nano housing. Denis, they're asking what level you are.
I just became 61 yesterday.
That's big. You got that solar power plant?
I can't even
Oh.
afford it.
Oh,
What do you mean?
Just to
you
get
can't
to
afford-
61, I have to. All my tier 2s are off.
do you just
Most
not have?
of my tier 1s are off. Let me think. What else? I
Oh,
got
you can't afford it
basically
because of
all my
pop.
training buildings off. Pop and also resource cost. Since I
Well,
had to
you
turn
don't-
off my resources.
Well, you don't have gold, or?
No, I have gold. I just don't have the steel and stuff.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, even if he does get it, he's got to wait 5 days for it to build.
Got that Clash of Clans timer.
Now you could spend $7 on it, Denny.
That's true. I
Yeah.
didn't know it was $7.
Yes, it is exactly $7.
I did
And
not
I
know
have
it was
to
$7.
dump like 70 pop into my shops just to max out demand.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean,
So
that's
didn't
kind of
he-
true.
How do you feel about free to play with your challenge going on? Like, where's the
I think
mindset?
It's just getting worse and worse.
How is that? How, like, why?
Well,
What's
it's
getting
gonna
worse
get harder
and worse?
and harder. Well, to level up, like the requirements are getting higher and higher. I did get some
Well-
suburbans since I did I did prestige a bunch of times last level cap. But like someone who starts the game now, right? They're gonna have to get to 60, or they're gonna have to get all the way up to whatever the level cap is at the time without getting any suburbans. I
Yeah.
at least have, some
I mean-
suburbans to get me through.
If we're gonna start early game, I mean, we should probably talk about how bad the early levels are. I mean, going from like 20 to 30, you have nothing to do. No quests, no XP, no nothing. You just gotta wait.
Most of my hours in this game is just having the game open and just like mindlessly collecting cabbages. And I was doing that all the way up to level 30.
But do you think that's how the game should be played, though?
It's
Cabbage
boring.
maxing?
If I wasn't nostalgic for the game, I would have quit.
But
I
that's
mean-
the difference there, I think, is you are nostalgic for the game.
Yeah, but there's only so many nostalgic people for the game. I mean, let's
Yeah,
be
there's only so
honest.
much you can abuse that.
If we're gonna be honest, it is very hard to believe anyone would naturally want to play and gravitate towards the game when you get hit with 6-hour timers, 1-day timers within your first couple hours of playing. And it's a game that's easily accessible on mobile and PC, which is unlike a lot of games. So in reality, it should be very accessible and be very playable. You should want to spend time with the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Issue is like there's nothing to fill all that time with. Like after you upgrade a building, waiting for its 24-hour timer, it's like what else can you do? It's like with other games, at least there's other things that you can do while you wait.
I mean, early games got a lot of problems. I mean,
Well,
this.
I feel like there's a lot in the early game, especially at 2030. I mean, granted, it's not the most exciting things to be doing.
Well,
like
early game
SP
units
farming.
have some interesting niches to them.
Yeah.
But like in reality, most of the early game units all struggle with either having no board clear, which drags out fights and encounters unnecessarily,
Mhm.
and there's really no unit variety in early game, like period. It's either a single attack unit, a 3-box unit, or that's it.
Okay. And we're also including the fact that, you can't really get nanopod units because you have to spend those nanopods in a certain way.
I mean, early game is going to have more of a problem nowadays because the Nomad's out, as we know. I mean,
Mhm.
if you were free to play today, there is no other unit you should buy except the Nomad. I mean, they've kind of
Demo
made it
Man,
that way.
TF2 heavy. I feel like
Cost
TF2
of
heavy.
performance. Cost of performance. The TF2 heavy's level locked too early, and the Nomad, you get everything. You get a good board clearing unit. You get a freeze unit at level, I think 10 or 15, if I'm not mistaken, when the Nomad's able to be bought.
Mhm.
I mean, freeze early game is insane. You could buy
Yeah.
2 Nomads, and that'll pretty much carry you until you get to like AS levels. And even still, it is a big carry for anything. I mean, it's exceedingly strong, to say the least.
And you're saying that's a bad thing.
I mean, it's a pretty bad thing. I mean, it's bad in both ways because you're limiting unit diversity, and the second half is if you are a person who doesn't want to spend much, kind of a true free to play, or somebody who wants to be a very light spender, what reason would I have to spend in the game when I can spend my first 15 levels, not spend any nanopods, buy 2 of those nomads and never put a dime into the game. There's no reason to, really. I mean, you could just keep. I mean, look at Denny. Denny's gotten this far without spending any nanos, to say the least. And the amount of free-to-play nanos he can have is a lot. You could just coast, really.
So are you? Wait, I'm confused with what the argument here is, Ned. Because
I
I
mean-
feel like having the nomads at such an early, I for one do not like the nomads being available at level 10, because I think they're just overpowered, especially for my level 19 account where I'm just like you said, I'm coasting through everything.
I mean, it's very strong. There's nothing wrong with promos at an early level, especially if they bring some diversity, but the accessibility and early game unit access is so poor. And to
Mhm.
have a unit like the Nomad readily available, it's pretty jarring. I mean, if you played OG a lot, and even at the last cycle of the game, last 3 months, last 6 months of the game, the mech tank was out. A very similarly powerful unit, both top 10, top 5, arguably, units.
Yeah.
You could buy one of those mech tanks right when you start the game, essentially, level 10 or 15, and with the free-to-play nanos, and use that, and it will carry you. You single-handedly will defeat AC. It'll carry you until you get to AS. I mean, it's one unit.
So are
And
you
not
saying
only-
that we to nitpick here? I guess are you saying that we shouldn't be able to take out the AC like that quickly right off the
I'm not
rip?
saying that. There's many ways to take out the AC, and there's very good diversity. Like, for example, you could use advanced cannoneers at level 33 with aces being transferred into those, and you could have
Mhm.
4 advanced cannoneers and take out the AAC that way.
AAC,
There's
yeah.
lots of ways to take it out, lots of great
Mhm.
ways,
Yeah.
aside from tank killers. But the fact that you are almost, I mean, to be effective, you're forcing someone to use their nanos to get this. But again, if you were to not want to spend money in the game, you have no need to at all. And it's really easily accessible that way. I mean, these units that come out or will come out, promo units, are, most of them aren't crazy, they're niche, but there has to be a good balance with them. Make them niche and strong in their niche, but not something that is so changing, life changing. I mean, you talk to anyone about any formation nowadays, it's use a nomad or range frag, that kind of stuff.
I mean, the devs have said down the line they are going to rework the Nomad. I feel like right now it's just like, yeah, you're not wrong. I'm not going to say the Nomad isn't fucking strong. This thing's OP, insanely OP, especially people who have them. What, rank 8 is the max rank for them?
Yeah, mine's at 7. I clear anything with it.
Yeah. Even mine on my level 19 account, it's rank 1, and that thing is just like thumbing. Absolutely thumbing.
I mean, the problem is, even though they've stated they're going to nerf it in the future, the amount of people that have it and the such wide accessibility that people have it, to nerf it in a way that will result in people being happy with it is very slim in terms of how you could balance it properly and make it where people won't get mad at you, because people are going to invest their free-to-play nanos into this unit, and they're never going to get them back. If the unit, say, is gutted and it does half the damage on its electric attack, people aren't going to be happy. You could
What would
even
you
look
suggest?
to OG. I mean, it highly depends what the devs want to do with balancing how they want to take an approach on promos. It's a very fine line, you know, but obviously I don't think you take the identity away of units. And I think it's a very fine line, because you could remove its immunities, because it has immunities to everything aside from, I think, maybe plague or some other effects. But even still, you'd have to just do it really well. Either survivability or versatility is kind of the biggest factors.
Mhm.
But the fact that it's so accessible, the only promo unit, and it's, again, one of the strongest promos to ever release, and we get it now, is very scary in a way, almost.
But do you think if they didn't release the Nomad for BS2, people would be more upset because BS2 would have just been too hard and no one would got in the Threshers? or even like at
I
least
think-
for you guys, you wouldn't have to worry about getting threshers. You guys are absolute grinders for the.
I mean, even still, most guilds can obtain tier 10. It's not very tough. And just generally speaking, this is even a very free to play normal guild. If you have the numbers of people playing, you could play 2 hours, 5 hours. If every person did that, not including donations, they can get a tier 10.
Mhm.
I think the problem is when the devs released the boss strike, it wasn't not well thought out, but not fully baked per se.
Well, how
I
was your
think
boss
it
strike too?
needed
Oh, sorry.
playtesting.
What do
Mhm.
you say?
I agree with you.
No,
there,
no,
Murph.
I didn't hear Murph. Sorry.
Oh, my bad. Murph, say yours.
I was just gonna say, I think I think any of the issues with Boss Strike 2, with the difficulty, with how much free to play could do in it, I think a lot of that could have been mitigated if there was just some playtesting.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, it should have never got to the point of having to release a unit that powerful. It just long term, it's going to be tough to want to balance something like that, given the accessibility. How many people have it? I mean, some people have 100 of them. Now, the people who have 100 obviously probably don't care long term what happens to it. But even still, I mean, the amounts that people have. You could even look in OG when they nerfed this the first time. There was such outlash. They reverted it. One of the few times that was reverted in prior Z2 days.
Mm-hmm. So do you
It
think
should
something to limit the nomad then is just to limit it to like you can only field 2 on the field then, and then that fixes the nomad
you
issue?
could use. I mean, even if you got the 2 from Boss Strike, it does the same thing. It's not changing anything for you. Same thing with infected, really. You know, even if you had unlimited infected, even the Apex for that matter, they're not changing anything for you. Like even maulers, you're only going to ever use 4 maulers. You know,
Mm-hmm. Now,
it really
Dune
comes down to
does
versatility.
bring up a good point though. I'm pretty sure they did say they play tested the nomads in the boss strike before boss strike.
I mean, for how long would it realistically have been?
There's a lot of questions because I mean, not.
I
I'm
feel
not
like
being
that's now
super
moving.
critical, but-
I feel like that's moving the goalposts now. It's just like, okay, well, we did play test it. Okay, but how long did they play test it? And then let's say they gave us an answer, let's say like a week. Okay, well, that's not enough time from you guys.
I mean,
But I assume that would be the next argument there.
to be honest with you, it's still like the point isn't how long or how vast they play tested, but it should have never released that way. I mean, it's very cut and dry.
I agree with that.
A boss strike should have never been released in that state, especially in that difficulty with the unit access. Because
Yeah.
keep in mind, we have very, very cut and dry meta in the game that people seem to enjoy for some reason. But again, the meta is very, very cut and dry.
Mhm.
And the fact is, if you aren't a very, very dedicated player, you are going to do poorly in the boss strike. And it really shouldn't be that way, especially to that capacity. At least with Boss Strike 1, there was something like Fire Mod that could help out people who aren't as prepared or as, you know, as hardcore as us or others.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a couple ways to fix that. Going back to the playtest thing, I think having some real players testing it could help out a lot. But for like the side of it being free to play's performance in a boss strike, I think that there could easily be some sort of difficulty bar that you could set where it's like you have an easy mode, a medium mode, and a hard mode, so that regardless of where you're at, you can contribute to the boss strike. And like obviously, if you're playing on the hardest mode, you're gonna get a lot more points than easy mode.
I mean, that can work. Obviously, I mean that's like is a lot more dev work.
Yeah,
Plain and
that is a
simple.
lot.
But I mean, frankly, the system they have isn't bad. It just has to be actually balanced and brought up to a level of not quality, but equal, essentially. I mean, again, that boss strike and really a lot of future boss strikes are going to boil down to cut and dry meta, how many AS frags you have, Goliath frags, and that's really it. And promos.
I think it's good discussion, but maybe too late. They're already reworking Boss Strike completely. That was from Dune. Kirik says, I assume they released BS2 as an accomplishment to give you something cool to the players since the first one went well. How the second one went was limited data they had is probably better than we credited. I'm just going to read comments really quick. I don't want to miss anything.
Yeah,
if there's anything you want to add on to that or maybe rebuttal or whatever. The other issue is the fact that there wasn't any good free-to-play anti-air either. Sad that they had to release, but it did change the strike for many players. That is the Nomad.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty large oversight. And the changes they did, the Skyraptor, there ought to be a good
still
change.
think the Skyraptor change still needed some more cooking.
Well,
Like
yeah,
the promotion timers were still not good.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like you could really only get it to R3, and at that point it's just as good as like an AA turret still.
Yeah, and
was it
way
2
less
hits?
survivability.
2 hits, I think,
2
right?
or 3.
Yeah, I mean the steel cost too as a free to play. I think you only have 2,300 storage, or 23,000 storage. I mean,
yeah, before the boss strike, I jumped up to 30K, but that's pretty unsustainable.
Yeah, and I mean, even still, you probably burned through most of that before the half of the first day was even over.
Yeah,
before you even got the nomads.
But did nomads help you out, didn't he?
They did, but not as like so game changing.
It's a band-aid solution is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And it came out too late. It should have again never gotten to that point where you needed to.
Didn't it come out like the first day of boss strike?
It did, but again, a lot of people stay up to do boss strike still, and even still, you have to rank up the nomad before you can really even field it at the level if you're max level.
Yeah. Personally, for me, I talked to Uki about this too. That I didn't really care if the nomad came out or not. Granted, I do have 2 melee frags, so I won't hold that. But beyond that, like I wasn't really going through tanks. When everyone was saying their tanks were dying, I was fine the entire time. Yes, I had 2 melees. But even if I didn't have 2 melees, I feel like I would have been fine either way because I still played without those 2 melees to understand how they felt. And Uki's in the same boat as well. I don't want to say exact words for him, but he also said that, I feel like we would have survived without the nomad. I do think it was good for them to release the nomad and give every player 2 nomads to help them and relieve the anti-air, basically give them another 2 more maulers if they didn't get any black nanopods or anything like that. I didn't play any of the boss strike for like lower levels, so I can't really speak on that, but I feel like even then boss strike was pretty easy for like lower levels. I could be wrong, but
I mean, for one, it was a cold or fire DLT boss strike, which again with very limited unit selection in those cases. And while the nomad wasn't a necessarily bad thing to release, but again, it's more of a band-aid. I mean, you release one of the top 10 strongest units in the game at a time of need for people. And yes, the 2 free ones are nice, but I mean, even if you think long term, if you were a free to play who joins today, and if you were somebody, even if you just made an account and you got those 2 free nomads like you do on your other account, you're still at a disadvantage compared to contemporaries.
Well, you're saying me getting the nomads was a disadvantage?
No, I'm saying that you getting like any player who was playing during the boss strike is still going to be better off than any new player that actually joins the game today, because they're going to actually have to buy those 2 nomads still to be in that same ballpark, if you want to call
Personally, for me, I think that's a good purchase until they do a rework, depending on how that rework is. Also,
it's a good purchase that they're not nobody's actually going to spend their money on because you're getting free nanos to do it. But even still, it's really just falls down the rabbit hole of rich getting richer in a sense, but I don't really want to delve on that.
The cold and fire dot was good for the strike. Remember, if everyone's super, no one will be. Oxy says casual players were not staying up all night. LOL. I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, I think the lot here, the four of us sitting here, I'm assuming we all did definitely stay up all night playing the boss strike. At least one night, at least. So, they did the best they could muster, took immediate feedback, and provided a solution. Not saying any of the work worked out well, but it isn't their own BS. So I think credit is still due. I agree with that. I think, again, I'm not a fan of the Nomad coming out, but that the Nomad did come out, I'm fine with, because it's just the nostalgia for me, I guess. I do think the Nomad does break kind of the power scaling for lower levels, because if you do end up getting the Nomad, yeah, it's just going to carry you throughout the entire thing. But if you don't have the Nomad after BS2, you could still buy it because it's still there, which I think that is an issue, which I'm very surprised there hasn't been at least a level cap increase for it. Maybe there might be doing something different for it.
They're doing it in a prevention for FOMO, which is a smart thing to do. Obviously, I believe most units should be readily accessible. I mean, there's no real point to start locking some promos behind a theoretical wall so people can't play with the content.
So you are for FOMO?
No.
Or against FOMO? Sorry.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, I think their mindset is, I think they got a great mindset about, to keep things around like that. I think the problem isn't in itself being around. I think the problem is that it's that unit and it's that strong.
Do you think there would have been a better unit to drop than the Nomad then?
I mean, personally, I would have rather seen regular or normal promos prior to this boss strike to even be released in the first place. But to release a promo, I mean, they really had no choice. But at the same time, it's one of the strongest units in the entire game. And I mean the whole game.
So with early game getting the Nomads from a level 20 to 30, you were also mentioning that there just isn't content there. Am I wrong in that?
Well, yeah, and I mean the early levels of this game are very sluggish, slow. I mean, it's just a waiting game, really. And the whole early part of this game is still stuck in 2012, essentially, of era of gaming. I will say the artwork they did, very nice, because that looks great. It actually brings the game up into a very nice modern sense of artwork. But actual gameplay wise, it's just going through the motions, essentially, and waiting. A lot of waiting.
Denis Merv, how you feel about that? About the early games, 20 to 30?
I think there's a couple things that are there's a couple different factors with the early game right now. Personally, I have a couple friends who play Battle Nations, and they're not like super heavy grinders, nor are they big spenders. One of the things that they encountered early game was gold deficit, which that's something that we didn't really experience because back then, in like beginning of 2025, we would clear every single encounter right as they spawned. So we obviously racked up a couple mil, even at like level 30 or level 25. But I think there's that factor with some buildings costing a ton of gold and they just don't have it, like storage buildings. I think another one is also just the way you grind units in this game is very outdated, and for how popular like TikTok is, with TikTok brain being very common in younger and or even like people who are in their 20s or 30s, this game it works against them. And I think there's a couple ways that you can fix that. I think with having the event recently, the triple SP event, that is cool and it does help out a lot, but I think there just needs to be either more of them, or it also is just kind of like a band-aid solution like the Nomad, where there needs to be an SP rework so that it isn't just grinding a million SP or more for the ironclad or for whatever.
Yeah, I agree on that because I mean, sad to say, there is some units in this game that will take you over 100 hours to max alone. Over 100 hours for a singular unit, which is kind of a lot, especially in terms of actual gaming, especially nowadays. I mean, even Destiny 2, you know, I'm sure y'all know that game. Even grinding stuff like that is this is a lot.
Let me read some things really quick before I give my quick thoughts here. I agreed from Dune. Agreed. I showed the game to some friends and they quit at level 20. Shani, yeah, I think I remember saying something like that. Like the Nomad should be in the prestige. Oh, that's something else. But yeah, Nomad being in the Prestige Academy. We could circle back to that. My friend played for 15 minutes and installed it. Gold gets fixed once encounters rewards go up. I just feel Vasquez saying I just feel the main issue with it being available. So okay, that's just Nomad. Sorry. I agree. I had a friend who never played OG, and I got him to play, but he fell off quickly due to the resource lock and gold shortage at low levels. So I have shown the game to 5 friends. None of those 5 friends play the game anymore because of what you guys have mentioned. Now, I do have a different experience, but that's because I, again, playing with my level 19 and my other alt accounts through those levels, because I do remember it, you do face a gold shortage, but since, you know, we kind of know when encounters are respawning, how important encounters are at the early game, it's kind of, I mean, I feel like the game does kind of have to handhold new players to understand that more, or maybe like just information should be more available to the new players. Because again, yeah, my 5 friends did quit around the level 20 to 25 mark.
It's just a very unintuitive, unfriendly early game to a game, really. I mean, it will put off 99% of players. I mean, keep in mind, almost all of the Battle Nations players in this community are nostalgia driven. We love the game. We come from a place of loving the OG, great memories, and all the fun experiences. So we are okay with, you know, waiting for things to happen and going through that early game. But the game as is, it's very hard to imagine that many new players and early player retention really staying on track, at least until the 30s.
What
Aside from the big time bar you have to wait before getting to that point to then wait.
It takes a lot of time. What it kind of is like is, I'm going to bring Battle Cats up one more time. The game at the beginning is very similar to Battle Nations. The beginning chunk is like a test of might. And I would say like around when you can finally kill the ancient construct is when that test of might ends for Battle Nations. And even then, the rest of the game is still a test of might. It's still a test of you grinding a unit, and it's not going to be like, it's not super engaging. You're doing the same thing over and over again. There's no like ulterior way to rank up a unit, and you need to rank up units because if you don't, you're going to get screwed with various events like boss strike, or just killing other bosses, or just progressing through the game in general.
So, do you think what if we were the devs here? What would the fix to that be? I would assume more encounters or earlier encounters, so like you get the raptors, the mammoths, the boars way earlier, so you get more gold.
I mean, it's not just a do this and fixes that problem kind of issue.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a multitude of issues. If we're talking at an individual level, timers should not be taking day-long timers in a quest chain to then go to nothing. And alone in the early game, again, this will come back to unit diversity, there is very, very little. Even if you get those raider encounters and those early what you call it, mammoths and boars, you have very little units you can actually use. You spend a long time just clearing those early encounters because your lack of unit diversity. You're going to be using for the first 10, 15 levels, you're going to be using troopers, TF2 soldiers, maybe TF2 scouts. I mean, there's only so many units early as well.
Mm-hmm. Both SP and resources shortage will be addressed simultaneously. Post fight a friend through. We should be sharing more information. In my opinion. That was from Madrona Games themselves.
That's good.
Endless is also saying, also, I don't get why BN hasn't stayed in early access. Everyone knows the game is not ready for to be marketed, not released. Everyone here is just for nostalgia currently. I believe the reason why the game left the early access is so Madrona can actually monetize and make more money.
That is the case.
It
is for monetization purposes.
And I do think that is kind of needed, in my opinion. Now I do think there probably could have been other solutions, maybe like pushing the Patreon more and offering more into that. I only say that because I have recently looked into more Patreon stuff, what other people do in games, content creators, even like OnlyFans people, what they offer. And
I mean, Patreon is a very good system. Again, as a creator, you get a very good kickback. I mean, you don't lose much by using Patreon. I think monetization was ultimately supposed to happen, but in the same hand, first impressions last.
Yeah.
They really do. This goes for any game. I've seen many games barely get off the ground and plummet right down off of first impressions alone. You could look at something like Payday 3, one of the biggest games at the time, coming from a very large series, absolutely crashed down. I mean, they have less than 800 players playing their game, and that's almost a AAA type of game. So I think it's very important that the early first impressions are fixed.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a bit of a slow game. I mean, for everyone here that's a nostalgia base, they zoomed through it because they kind of had some thought.
Nostalgia-based people will get burnt out. It doesn't take much for an individual to get burnt out on playing the game. I mean, again, there are many units that take more than 50 hours alone to grind, and that is a lot for a casual player. If you walked up to them and asked 50 hours and we'll let you rank up your super tank, I mean, it's a lot to ask of somebody,
Okay, super tank is not 50 hours.
I know, I'm just using that unit as example, but the mega tank probably is close.
Now,
I'd have to do the actual math. But
I will have to say, mega tank's not 50 hours. I did that in one go.
Okay, well, you are one individual who will stay up for 24 hours to do a young boar. So.
This is true. But if they were committed,
we're also not taking timers into
yes,
account there.
And
that is
efficiency, no less.
Speaking of time, how do you guys feel about timers? Do you feel like timers should just be gone then, or?
I think timers should be shortened. I don't like the 5-day solar power plant timer.
That is a very interesting choice.
To say the least. I don't like the Skyraptor timers either, even though they did make the first 2 minutes. It's like we need it at higher than rank 3.
Yes, I mean, again, that goes back to the boss strike, which I don't really want to keep harping on because ultimately I don't think it was a bad thing. Obviously a boss strike is pretty much what people live for this game. But
yeah. Personally, for me, I think I feel like the boss strike was fine. I feel like people could have survived without the nomads. Maybe the Skyraptor change was needed. I don't even think I use Skyraptor, so I don't think I could talk about that. This is from Drona. If I recall correctly, we are prevented from using EA tags on Steam because the store page is pre-existing. As far as why we don't style it that way, more generally, I am actually unable to comment. Drona Games.
Style what?
Like style the game as early access rather than a full game.
I mean, it's not a big problem that the game's not early access. There's a lot of games that come out of early access and get development throughout its life cycle. You could look at a game like Rust. Rust has been getting updates consistently for 11 years, well after getting out of early access. There's a multitude of games like that, really, if you look at it. I don't think that's really problematic. I think it's just the first impression of the early game.
Though I do feel like Russ is doing well because they do have skins.
Okay, it is a very, very different genre of game, to be clear.
Yeah, but
Very different.
the
But,
way to make money, I feel like, is all the same. At the end of the day, it's, to make money, CS:GO sells skins, Rust sells skins,
I mean, okay,
BT,
if we're gonna go down
BTD
the
sells skins type of
if we're
deal.
gonna go down the money routes, and to play devil's advocate, if Madrona was thinking very money oriented, a lot of promos we could have had already could have been in the game, even in their rather niche states. To be clear, over 90% of promo units that exist in the game are niche or not great. And I think I really do think it's a missed opportunity to not have something like a special agent. We fight them now. We do fight the special agent now. And again, if we had special agent level 50, I mean, it really wouldn't have changed much. And people would have enjoyed that nostalgia factor of playing with those units. If they get a buff in the future, even better. People will be happy that their unit is buffed, in a sense, if it needs it. Not all promos need a buff, to be clear.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of promos like that.
Yeah. I think some units should also, this is from Wheaton's, I think some units should also evolve with you as you level up, like the Allied Raider Cannoneer at some levels evolve into the Brutal Bombardier. Tanks are not an issue to rank, they just get used in everything. MZH 3000. Zaddy, Wimps take forever, then you need vials for that shit. That's so brutal. And you can't even nano boost that shit. I added the shit at the end.
Yeah, I
Ookie.
do see a
sorry.
lot of people talking about the wimps and the wimp grind. I still see people every day still doing the wimp
Still
grind,
wimp
or
grind,
just
yeah.
finishing it, which is true.
I feel like that's good though, to see that the wimp, like, people are still doing the wimp grind, because either those are like new players. That tells you like, oh, that's a new player, because you're doing your wimp grind at like what, level 20, 25
It
to like
depends
maybe
on the player. Some
Yeah.
people don't. I mean, there's people that are close to max level. They don't have wimps now. More casual players. It's really depends how far you go, but I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. Now, coming back to the timer discussion, I know Denise said he doesn't want timers. Uki is saying timers are good
Oh no,
when
I'm
there
not
are
saying
things
we
to
don't
do.
have. We shouldn't have timers. I just think
Well, like less
we
timer,
shouldn't
right?
have. We shouldn't have huge timers.
Yeah. Games do that to have a natural way to slow the player down. Unit promotions suck though, because you can only promote one at a time.
See, with a lot of
I
other
mean-
games, yeah, like you can do other stuff while you're waiting on timers. Like when I play Warframe, for instance, I'm making an item and it takes like 2-day timers.
Can you explain
There's
what
still-
Warframe is though? Sorry.
It's another multiplayer game. It's an
Okay.
MMO.
Okay.
And it's like you can make items and some of them will take like 2 days, but I still have a ton of other stuff that I can do in that game and spend my time with. I'm not just sitting there waiting for 2 days waiting for a quest item or whatever.
Yeah, and I'll speak on the fact of, while yes, something like timers arbitrarily slow a player down, it's doesn't mean it's a healthy addition. Most units will take days to finish, and while yes, you're being slowed down and quote unquote rushing and finishing content, it doesn't mean that's a great thing to have a player. I mean, again, a new player is going to have to wait over a day and many, many, many quest lines to even finish a quest that might not lead to something, just to make lumpy cornbread or other things of the sort.
I feel like we need those timers though, because at some point it's just to slow them down. I mean, are you saying that just a 1-day timers is just bad, or the excessive amount of those timers that we need? Because there are some missions where you need to make
the
fucking
amount, I think, is
five-
the big thing.
5 fucking 24-hour. That's a little over exaggerating, but
Or like building upgrade timers. Like I have dozens and dozens of houses to upgrade, but each one of them has like a 1-day upgrade timer at the max level, and like also a 12-hour upgrade timer.
Yeah.
Yeah, either they need to be shortened or you need to be able to do like at least 2 at a time.
I'm assuming this also goes for unit promotions as well.
Yeah,
To
either
be
they need to
able-
be shortened, the timers themselves shortened, or you need to be able to do multiple at a time.
I feel like a solution to it is just being able to upgrade multiple things and promote multiple things. I would still be fine. I don't know about the whole one, because is it 1 day, 2 day, then 2 day again?
And then it
Or
goes.
it can be like
it
3 days.
spans longer to 3 days, 14 hours as well.
But that's for like
some of the
promo units and
promos
everything,
and
right?
stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you think that's a bad thing on a promo unit? Because I know, King, you said not all promo units are like insanely broken, but I feel like there are some promo units that are like Legendary Mammoth. I feel like should take a while.
I
'Cause
mean,
that
the
is
upgrade
broken.
timers arbitrarily don't do anything except just make a sense of waiting for your reward, in a sense. I mean, people are going to nano rush it anyways who want to use the unit now. It's not changing anything for them, you know?
But do you think
But, I
it doesn't
mean-
make like a little excitement for the player? Be like, oh, I gotta wait 5 days, and then once you get that shit, you're like, oh, fuck yeah.
There can be excitement, but I mean, that would really come back to the game in the sense of how I won't say there's not much to do, but there is a point where you will just be logging in for just bosses and that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, people experienced that last time. People experience this now, where you will be, not this week in particular, but in the future, you will be logging in for just bosses. I mean, and even still, when you go into a sense like that, you really don't lose many units in the game either. Like the whole hospital and repair system really is only a factor in most things when it's boss strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be cool if we had like certain encounters can become like ultrafied or become like a lot more difficult than an average mammoth encounter or an average raider encounter. We kind of have that a little bit on our base where we get that one that has like the 4 mammoth tanks or something. But I think that is one way to make it so there's a little bit more difficulty, but I think you can also tie that in with the fact that most people are getting on just to clear bosses. Have there be some sort of daily, weekly, monthly quest or challenges, and maybe those like super tough encounters can be intertwined with that in a certain way.
Yeah, I know we've talked about weekly, monthlies, and dailies a decent amount on my stream for sure. I'm a very big advocate for that. I feel like I see that in every game. We see it in Apex, we see it in Valorant, we see it in League of Legends. Literally any type of game you see that type of sound. This sounds like we're back to
retention.
This sounds like we're back to the content. I'm guessing Uki saying back to the content issues. Yeah, I feel like content.
I mean, players will always be striving for content, and obviously there's only so many devs and so many people that can push out certain content. I think it's just a matter of importance of which kind of content gets out. Something repeatable that rewards something interesting, you know, like the Digi I think was a great addition. You know, I think just having another boss to log in and fight is great, but there does need to be some sort of fight or something that gives more almost drive to the game, you know, something that you would want to lose units to try and get, or, you know, to play, to do something aside from ranking up the oddball unit.
Now, this was a good one. I'm not too familiar with it, but roguelike games, if Battle Nations became a roguelike game.
I've played a lot of roguelike games. I have a lot of experience with them. It's a very, very different ballpark in terms of what a roguelike offers than something like this. I mean, you can go and it's like most normal state is something like Balatro. Balatro is a roguelike in a sense. I mean, it is. But it's a very different type of thing. It's a game that you get in, play, and every time is different. It's a game that has a very long-term replayability. Something that Battle Nations would need is something more like a maybe a battle mode where you could fight essentially like boss strike waves until you just can't anymore. You know, that could be interesting. At least
That'd be
something
fun.
to drive player engagement, you know. And you could even tie it where it's randomized. Maybe one wave you fight Silver Rolls, the next wave it's Raiders, you know, and that at least brings some you know, strategy, some involvement. Instead, you know, you might want to bring anti-air. There might not be anti-air in your first fight, but the second fight there might be, you know. There'll be some more diversity.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
for rewards, I mean, obviously you can't really bring up general economy rewards for most of it. Obviously,
Yeah,
this,
I
you know,
believe
which you can naturally.
they as in the ones who brought up the idea of a roguelike. I believe it was Atlas, I think, or I forgot who exactly, but I think it was like as a game mode or something for it
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
sure
to add
something.
content. To add content.
Yeah, something like that in the future, I think would definitely be possible for them. I have all the faith in the devs, but I mean, it's just for something in the now, people don't want to wait too long, I'll say. I mean, especially given how gaming is nowadays. I mean, people move on to the next greatest game a couple months later.
Well, do you
But
think that? I mean, we've been here for a fucking long time.
yeah, we have, but this is again, the game is in a weird state because partially we're stuck in the past with how the game is.
Mm-hmm.
And the other half is, unless you're specifically grinding a unit, you have no reason to necessarily continue playing. I mean, it's a mobile game that also has PC access, which is very good. You can access it everywhere, but it plays very, very much like a early 2012 game where you will be waiting to do your exciting things, or really most things. And if you're not doing that, and if you're not grinding a unit because you need to for some reason, or you want to, you're probably not playing the game. And I do know PvP, PvP, we're getting PvP relatively soon, but I mean, even to that degree, we don't know what's going to happen with PvP, but
Do you think PvP will help alleviate a lot of that early game content of just like that, I guess, like boredom? Because again, it's just kind of a major grind.
I won't say early game. I think it's definitely going to relieve some content for sure. I don't necessarily think Battle Nations is super PvP oriented of a game. Obviously, PvP is a very big factor in terms of something like Boss Strike, which is really more PvE VP.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it will help, but I don't think it's an end all be all solution unless they have some sort of drastic change where you are limited on units, where you are only allowed to use certain things, what PvP value, if they're even going to use that, and what rewards you get. I mean, again, if you were to only, let's say, get bars and gears like old PvP, where not a ton of players really actively, continuously played it, aside from the rare 1% chance at 100 nanos at highest level, there's not almost a reason to do it aside to just try things. And I mean,
Yeah.
later game PvP was still plagued with issues of legendary sandworms, plasma arties, ranged frags, etc.
Oh, I hope fucking the legendary shit gets nerfed, bruh.
Yeah.
Most of it, aside
shit.
from the board, needs pretty heavy-handed nerfs to say the least. I mean, that's a given for one, but I think it'll be very, very interesting to see what they do with PvP in the first place and to really go from there. But it's definitely very dependent. But
Do you think
I
PvP should give units like the Deathmongers or whatever?
well, those were arena units. Arena was
Arena.
a little bit different than PvP because
Arena,
it was-
arena and PvP to me is just the same fucking thing. I feel like
they were a little different because in arena you would fight like pre-made matches.
Yeah, it was an
and
AI
events.
that you were fighting against.
Yeah.
Yes, which at the top level everyone was using plasma arties and legendary sandworms, so it was a test of willpower essentially because it took so long. But
It was all the exact same. Like every encounter was
everything's the
identical.
same.
In
Yeah.
it was
arena.
very cookie cutter. Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, it could reward units. I don't have a quarrel with it, but to the same fact as something like that, PvP or PvE endless, kind of game mode could also reward units there. I mean, that could be a very easy option where, maybe the longer you go, you get a rare chance at getting, I don't know, tier 3, tier 7 boss strike unit. Could you imagine right now if you were just fighting in there? And of course, you're going to lose everything at the end, and you're going to have to repair it, which makes the economy more viable. Could you imagine the rare chance you get a Thundercloud F10 right now? And not many people have that. Obviously,
Mhm.
anyone can get it, but not many people have it. You know how fun, impactful, something more that would give a player? Or imagine an early game player getting something like that, or something like the Hawker Hurricane. I mean, that's very impactful. I mean, arguably might even be more dopamine than getting something like a boss drop, at least early game.
I feel like getting any unit for free is going to be dopamine hit.
Well, yes, and I mean to have such accessibility and variety like that, I mean I think it's a very good thing, to be honest.
Mhm.
And it comes back to the fact of you won't have all those, you know, tier 3s and tier 7s and even tier 10s FOMO lock. To a degree, there's going to be some. There always is some in pretty much every game. But again, imagine you get the rare chance you get like, you know, a dirigible as a new player. I mean, it's not that great, but still.
Huge.
I mean,
it is technically.
I mean,
The air unit.
even in the state now, the dirigible is niche and somewhat usable. I have them R9, but I mean, even still, it's something like that that keeps a player engaged to want
Yeah.
to play and to, you know, they'll come back in an hour or two when their stuff's done repairing and they'll be like, oh, I can't wait to go back into that fighting mode. You know, they'll burn laurels and widgets to want to play that, to keep wanting to play, you know.
Mhm.
Whereas now most players that are in this very endgame state, and even a lot of casual players, they're really stocked up on resources, especially after this event.
Yeah, I feel. I mean, I feel like any boss strike, even boss rush, I feel like has teach a lot of players to stockpile at least.
Yeah. And it's not like in the current economy, you really have to spend that much. I mean, even in this late game state, you really have no use for laurels and bars. Very, very few units you even make with them, to be clear.
I've been trying to figure out how to waste those.
Yeah. And I mean, to the same sense, there's a lot of resources that for players at early levels are locked away until it becomes obsolete, like chem. I mean, obviously, when we were getting chem units, it's a little different, but even now, it's really the only way you get chem units, aside from the very, very rare fights with rebels, is now you get the Rigidigi, which I think is a great move. And, of course, the AS, too. But
that's way later
by
content.
the point you're doing those, all those chem units are pretty much
useless.
Worthless.
I mean, I would even think it's useless even way before that too. Like maybe
and that
heavy
really comes
chem.
down to a serious, thoughtful rebalancing of those units. But even still, there needs to be something that keeps a player engaged to want to keep playing, because it's a game that's accessible on almost all platforms, and it's really, you know, tough when you have so much else you can also play.
Yeah. Let me check the list really quick, because I feel like we actually touched upon everything.
We got almost everything. I mean,
yeah, we didn't talk about Naval.
I feel, I'm gonna be honest. Naval is just...
I'm pretty sure they know what's wrong with it. I mean, aside from needing almost a complete rework and just how it is. I mean,
Naval just needs to be turned off or something.
I mean, with Naval, there's still a lot of issues that plague Naval, aside from having like essentially 3 usable units in Naval 99% of the time. I mean, there's a lot. Even something that like crossovers, when they added those in OG, they didn't even balance those properly. Whereas
the only crossover they had was TF2, no? Or was there
not crossover units, crossover tagging.
Oh, okay.
Like Bora Bora hovercrafts, Aero Jetpack, Aero Bike, the Aero, can't remember the name off the top of my head, the hover tank. Can't think of the name. There's a couple, and they did it very poorly because they wanted them usable in Naval, but not in the deep sea battles, which are the dark blue coloring you see on Naval units. So they did it in such a way to balance it. All crossover tags get hit by everything in the whole game, too, which is part of the Naval junk. Like, you can have an aero bike that's going to get hit by a raptor, a flying unit. It's getting hit by a raptor. A young boar can hit it. Anything can hit it.
Evil Eye Gaming 405, permanent 2 times or 3 times SP for Naval? Would that alleviate? What's your thoughts on that?
That's a
I mean,
band-aid.
Yes, I mean, short term, I think it would be fine. I mean, again, me personally, I don't invest much time in a naval as is. I have a lot of clans. I don't invest a lot of time in a naval at all. It's a
Mhm.
very mundane.
It's a very gimmicky game mode.
I mean,
It's cool. It's
same,
really
same.
cool in the early game, but it falls off so hard because there's also just no missions. Like that's another thing. Like it's just
That-
it's
Well,
very
Yeah.
the
Well, I
like
feel like-
storyline
barren.
was cut off.
The whole naval storyline is just like very, very poorly integrated with the rest of the
Wishy-washy.
game too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like
I
it's
mean,
actually not even poorly integrated. It's like not even integrated into the main storyline at all.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, again, it was done at a time. The game was fizzling out back then.
Would you
so
say?
can't
Yeah,
expect
yeah.
much.
Would you say it's kind of like the builder base in Clash? That's what
To a
naval
degree,
is
yeah.
kind of.
I mean,
I'd say it's
Mhm.
even worse integrated than that, since at least in Clash right now, the builder based stuff still affects like your main base thing.
yeah, there
Yeah,
still
yeah.
is crossing through where they do that, but
The naval is just a resource drain for your other stuff right now.
yeah, I mean, personally, I wouldn't not be focusing on naval though if I was in Matrona's shoes, at least for now. Something like a band-aid would probably be a good solution in the short term, but again, I think the core and heart of the game is definitely how the land is right now,
Hmm.
and that still needs a lot of work, as is too.
Yeah, I feel like I mean, like you said, naval was the last dying wish of Z2's.
Yeah, it was an afterthought in most of the sense. That's
And I feel
just
like
how it was.
at some point with whatever promo units or boss rank units you got from naval, that was just more like, what's the last dollar we can get, real quick.
Yes, in a sense, it was very, very money orientated.
So
And I mean, again, most of the units at that point in time in the game, mech tanks, Imperial Furies,
yeah.
Nomads. I mean, you can name a lot of units. A lot of those units very, very well power scaled out the whole game. And keep in mind, before that, there were promos that were strong, very strong, like the Blood Ninja, very strong when it came out. And even at that point, the game was strong, but I mean, it even still had its downside. It was rather frail when something did hit it, more of a
Expensive to
backline
heal.
units. Yeah, and there was at least cons and downsides. When you have a
Mhm.
unit like the Nomad, your downside is gotta spend a gear if it dies, which is still very unlikely unless something crazy happens.
Now I do feel like that might be it. I mean, competitive modes. No.
Huh?
I'm looking at your list right now.
Oh, I mean, we talked on most of it. I mean, I don't want to get super in depth, and I don't want to take up your whole stream or
No. I mean, this is
get
it.
super
This
in
is
the
it.
nitty gritty because I can really talk about this for a long time. I do
Well,
talk about it a lot.
Madrona Games
reference.
have said, but they're actually to recap a bit of chat here. Evil Eye Gaming permanent 2 times or 3 times SP for naval ? Faceall says that's just a band-aid, which in my opinion I do agree. I think all of us here kind of agree on that. Madrona Games does say we won't be doing that. I believe that's what they're replying to. But then they also follow up saying, but there is already a plan to address both naval SP and SP issues more generally. This would also fix the resource issues left by the lack of occupations.
Yeah, I think that was a big issue that wasn't really addressed early on,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the very, very early game. I mean, even still in the game state, it's resources early game are very, very tough. Whereas
Yeah, you can't get
resources
enough of
late
them.
game are pointless in all reality. It's a very pointless system.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have a guild
And,
member running 10 docks right now.
lordy,
What the fuck?
they must love boats.
They must
Yeah.
love boats. Is it all M10s, Michael? I'm guessing that's with numbers and vowels in your name. Oh, he's lighting bars on fire. Yeah. Or yeah, glory to pelicans, I guess. Yeah, I mean,
Glory to Pelicans.
I do feel like with a lot of the stuff that we are addressing here, it's more so not towards Madrona. A lot of this is, would you say,
It's pre-existing. A lot of it was
Yeah.
pre-existing.
is
And,
Madrona trying to
it-
clean up the mess?
I'm
Mhm.
sure they are, and we can talk on that more. I mean, I do say I think transparency is a very big part of gaming nowadays comparatively to if you were to get a game in 2012, 2014, you kind of just bought it and whatever happens,
For the best.
Just hope
Whereas
for the best.
nowadays, in a lot of games, there is way more transparency with everything. I mean, you will have people in Warframe, the Warframe devs will get on, I believe, twice a week and talk for 15, 20 minutes, just answer questions, which is very
Yeah.
good because I do think the community lacks a lot of community, really, I mean,
Mhm.
you can even look to the voice chats, the main Discord, most of the time they're very empty, which is unlike a lot of games that you'll see. And I think community is a very big factor that needs improvement in the game.
Are you saying community or just communication from the devs? Because I feel like
It's both, really. It's both parts of it.
just communication from community from the devs. Because I personally feel
Yeah,
like
I
there's a
mean-
lot of community in general, not the devs, just in the players already.
Yeah, there is a lot of community that will happen naturally in a game like this, but even still, like their events they host are very great. I will say, just general transparency is a big, big factor in games nowadays.
Mhm.
I mean, even simple stuff like if you might not find out about it until until it just happens. A lot of the case, recently they did their announcement for the boss rush and that kind of stuff in game, which was a very good thing, very good there. But again, prior to that, you might not have known. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. I'm happy they
And-
are using that mail system.
Yeah, and I do notice, they have been talking more recently, generally, just in general, in the public, not in like voice or anything, but like chatting, in the chats, which is good. It's just very important community. I mean,
Mhm.
you can have a great game, and if there's just lack of community or discussion, it's tough.
Yeah, I get that. I wish the devs would announce events and BS earlier so it's easier to take off work. Most of my guildmates get stuck at work.
That is true. It's very important to give players some notice prior because again, top end players, they're most of the time prepping for something that probably never happens, or prepping for the 1% of things that can happen. It's
Mhm.
really a lot of the casuals that, last minute are just thrown upon this and they might not know, might not be prepped, and they might not have enough time. Similar to the infected, where they ran that infected event, which was good. I mean, a lot of players needed that, and even still,
This is
it
a
was
question I do have. Unpeeled Spud is asking the same thing I was thinking is how much notice would you want for the events? I feel like the devs have given us a nice buffer for most of the events.
I mean, it's really up to their discretion, really. It depends on the events, of course, but I mean, for Boss Strike,
Mhm.
I think at least a week is pretty reasonable to know.
Really,
at
at least a
one.
week.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
would
you're
probably say
talking
about
about
a week as well.
an event that's limited to 4 days that might occur on a bad week for you and such. Like, you can even look at Boss Strike 2. It was given the week after spring break.
Yeah.
It was done the week after, at least on the East Coast, which, is fine. But again, that can be tough for players. And to only know about it maybe a couple days before, maybe you're not too great on Discord or whatever, but even still, I think a week is at least good. But I mean,
Mhm.
again, that
You
will
have to
tie
take into
into
account like timers as well, like 2-day timer to upgrade your mega tanks to R6. A
Yeah.
week will help with that.
I was thinking like 2 weeks. I'm not gonna lie, minimum 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is something that can be tackled with them with, you know, being more interactive with the community. Like they could go on a stream and mention and just answer questions, talk about this stuff, you know. People are way more inclined to watch a video in this day and age for a minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes on a topic or state of the game, as you will, and get to know information. It's way more palatable than, you know, a block of text too.
Mm-hmm. That is something I enjoyed Z2 doing, because they did do that. They had the dev journals
Yes,
or
they
whatever
did.
they're called. I'm
Yeah,
really
it's-
hoping Madrona. I get they have a lot of work and a lot on their plate right now, but I do hope that later down the line they do that.
It's a very important thing. You see it a lot in a lot of games. You see a lot of games have this because it really just it makes the player feel more, I won't say connected, but more in the know with things, you know. They can interact, talk with a dev or a community guy about their issues or grievances and feel at least they're heard, or something will happen, or it's on their radar,
Mhm.
you know. As of now, it really comes to a point where something like this will happen and you will get a response now after getting to a point like this. Of course, the average player is not going to do something like this either, though.
Yeah. Let me read up really quick. So this is actually, thank you, Spud, for checking this. 2 weeks would be nice. Just checked main core and BS2 had a 12-day notice. 2 to week, this is same person, Spud. 2 to 3 weeks is a sweet spot. A month seems too much to me. I think a month is a little too long to give a heads up. I mean, I think it's not bad, but I think the hype for it would slowly die down and then get back and then start to climb back up. I think 2 weeks is like a perfect middle ground, at least for boss strike, especially if we keep it to where, you know, we do only have that one promotion at a time, which I truly think we should abolish. Is removing the one promotion at a time, to just help players just be ready. A lot of it is just mass producing. Maybe they're looking to, you know, when should I be spending my nanopods, which is good for Madrona. Maybe buying more hospitals, all that type of stuff. Honestly, from Spud again,
Yeah.
honestly, in regards to BS, I would be hyped I would be hyped if the BS was announced 3 weeks in advance, then leading up to more details would be announced.
Yeah, I mean, generally, I can't imagine people are going to disagree about having more information about an event that will pretty much occur 4 times a year. I think people wouldn't complain about having some more information, at least to, you know, prepare, especially for the casual, for people to really make the most out of an event and enjoy it, you know?
Madrona was a 12-day notice, I think, for BS2, but if you did the little interactive phone puzzle, I think it was like 3 weeks. Which, by the way, I think we have to give credit where credit is due. The phone thing was fucking cool.
Yes, the ARGs are nice, and it is a good thing for the community, but again, not everybody's gonna partake in that either.
Not
too.
everyone's gonna
Which,
do it, yeah.
yeah, which again, the word will get out anyways. It happens naturally in games, even with stuff like, you know, meta, quote unquote. But generally speaking, I think it is good to have that information out, especially in a good, palatable way. Too.
Nope. I think he died.
Nope.
You good? I don't know. You finished there,
I mean, it's it. I mean,
Uh-oh.
I'm not trying to, you know, harp on it or anything.
Let me, for example, this is from Spud. Actually, wait, one above Spud. J Skeleton. Yeah, there were around there. I feel like that would be enough. Spud saying, for example, the faction for the initial announcement, then possibly modifiers next week, and then the rewards the week before. I think that is a pretty good timeline. But then I feel like that kind of, and I think this is something Madrona is trying to avoid, because I feel, it is a smaller team, indie dev team and everything, is a roadmap. They don't want the roadmap. I think everyone wants a roadmap, but it's hard when you start putting deadlines on things and it's not prepared at that time.
That is the case. That is in a lot of gaming. People love roadmaps, and I think
I love roadmaps.
It's quite possible to do in Bound Nations. I mean, again, it shouldn't. It's not. We're not being outlandish asking for that, and I get not wanting deadlines. And dev work is very tough, especially depending if you're like full-time, part-time, whatever your situation might be. But even just general, oh, this might happen in the third quarter of the year, fourth quarter, which you see very often, very popularly with a lot of games. They'll advertise something in the first or second quarter, third quarter, because it's not a set time. Like if I say, I don't know, PvP is coming out in June, right? You could say the second quarter or third quarter, and give it that leeway. Because if it ends up being done prior to that and it comes out earlier, nobody's gonna get mad at you for that.
Yeah. Majority games, Andrew does not love roadmaps.
I can't imagine, especially as full-time. It's definitely more of a compromise thing with community and dev likeness, but I think it is a very important thing.
Nothing we do gets done prior. That's also from Majority games.
Well, it does happen. Like
it gets
sometimes.
Done the day we put it up, or the day before we put it up. So,
I mean, yeah, it does happen like that.
I get it, not having roadmaps right now. I think, again, everyone wants roadmaps for any game. But I do understand with the team and everything. I just hope later down the line. That's all.
Roadmaps also do a lot. I mean, they generate excitement. They generate, oh, I can't wait for XYZ to drop, and that is very important in a community. For example, if you had something like we're releasing 5 promo units that are reworked or touched up. Just an example, not being, oh yeah, this. I'm just saying as an example, they're going to be released around this quarter. You might be thinking, oh, what could they be? I mean, what promos it could be? It could be exciting, I mean, there's a lot that could be coming from that. And I do definitely understand with dev work. I know factually it's not an easy job for sure, especially when it comes down to time frames, and communities can be demanding.
To Uki, with the amount, oh, my camera just fucking died, let me switch the battery, but let me read this first. With the amount of dooming this community does, missing any sort of deadline would cause massive outrage. Evil Eye Gaming doesn't need to be exact timeline, just needs to be a rough estimate. When Star Citizens did away with the roadmap, it caused some issues with community. Go ahead and talk about that really quick while I change my battery.
Again, it highly depends what kind of game and what you're really going to give out for information. It could be the littlest of things, it could be the biggest of things. But even generally, I mean, speaking from experience for communities, you will never make everybody happy. That will never happen. Most games
never happen.
No matter what, you could bless everyone with 100,000 nanos. Someone's going to be unhappy getting 100,000 nanos.
Yeah.
It is just how gaming is. But in a general sense, you still want to appease a lot of the masses. It's very
the general mass. You want to
yes. I mean, generally that's what you want to do, and there's always going to be people unhappy. And if something gets delayed, that's something that was hyped up for months and months, if it gets delayed by a month, people are probably going to be unhappy. But to the same coin, if you say didn't tell anybody about that, people are going to be wondering, oh, what's happening? What are they doing? Why are we waiting for so long for something? It is a kind of a lose-lose situation, but you kind of just have to toe the line and find the right balance.
Yeah. Madrona Games, Alex Roadmap, PvP Beyond, Fight a Friend in Q3, as well as an extensive UI overhaul, light sample of missions in Q4.
Yeah. See, even something like that released, in the public, either on a stream or in a, nice little picture infograph or something released, that's usually enough to appease people. I mean, again, I can't imagine most of the players
Anything.
want to know every single detail about every single thing the devs are doing,
Even
And
if you
that
just
is
like
something-
screenshot a tiny fucking corner of whatever you're working on.
I mean, even if that is something people want, that is kind of where you would get to the point of maybe doing a bi-weekly stream where you just answer community questions, maybe hint something, give a little drop, stuff like that. I mean, people love having a way to feel heard, to say the least.
I feel like they kind of do that, but only with like donor general, which I feel like
Is
makes sense.
limited.
Do you
But
think that's a bad
yes.
thing though? Because I feel like that's
It's
the reason of the
I don't think
Patreon, right?
it's necessarily a bad thing, but I think something in a more public sense that it's on a bigger level where people can easily see it and have it accessible. I mean, again, if you hint drop something in like donator general, like I don't know, let's say a bunch of plants emojis and say, I don't know, something. I'm just using an example, even if it wasn't something as cryptic as that,
Yeah.
and is like a rework to all the little plants and supply jobs where they give you every so often, something like that. If it's only in donator general and it's just randomly dropped throughout the chat, that does move pretty often. It'll get buried unless somebody sees it, and even if they do, how many of those people are really saying that to others, and where it goes from there. Again, if it's in a more public sense on a stream or infograph something, at least it's more palatable.
Yeah. I really like what Junder says here. Devs are like our celebrities. We want to all know and be surprised too. Tough spot to be in.
Yes, that is the case. And I mean, I will say in a lot of communities, it very depends. There's a lot of developers that are in a public light a lot of the time where they are they're more on the public side, and yeah, they do dev work and stuff, but obviously they do a lot of public stuff. And there's a lot of companies where it's the devs are in their own kind of section, they work on their stuff, and then you have a separate people that do all the talking and community stuff. I mean, it happens in a lot of games like MOBAs.
Sounds like we need community managers in this bitch. Excuse my language, but I'm just saying. Yeah, just saying. Just putting it out there, Madrona. I'll leave my current job right now. Anyways. Let me quickly look at anything. You are already on the payroll. Whoa! Let's not leak real quick, Madrona. We're leaking too much. We're leaking way too much already, guys. You're breaking NDAs, if anything. Now, J Scout says, "Well, why not a news tab?" I feel like a news tab would be pretty good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like if you just don't check your fucking mail. But then again, on the devil's advocate side, is Battle Nations players like reading comprehensions, even mine, is pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's highly dependent on how you utilize your community and stuff. I mean, again, there's been many types of communities, many streams where they will be on something like Twitch and they will just be there for an hour and they will answer questions, let you know the interesting things that are coming up, even little details, answer questions, and just go from there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, with that, guys, I did not notice we went 30 minutes over, but I think this was a good conversation, if anything.
Yeah, I mean, again, we don't really want to. I don't want to take up your time that much,
Yeah. But no, I mean, again, this is not a conversation of where we're just like shit talking on Madrona. Madrona is just picking up a lot of what Z2 left over, and it's just there's a
Yeah.
lot of avenues to where, you know, this needs to be fixed, that needs to be fixed, this needs to be fixed. So many things
Yeah.
just need the small change here and there. So, Madrona,
Yeah,
we
and
all
I
love
hope
you.
they aren't figuring that this was a whole stream just to, say, oh, everything's bad. It's all horrible. Obviously they've done a lot of great in the game. And even bringing the game back to the state is a pretty monumental feat alone. It's just, for the
Mhm.
future, it's very, iffy, to say.
Even bar for bar. I forgot who said it yesterday. The fact that they brought back the game, but it's like exactly what it was before. I would have
Yeah,
thought it
I
like
mean,
there'd be like small noticeable changes to the game, but
yeah,
I
I mean
feel like
it's very rare a game does this, and
Mhm.
I think Madrona is sitting on they're in a very good position right now to have the game go on and succeed. I mean, again, there's not many games in this kind of genre, but again, it's not an easy thing either.
Yeah, definitely. Guys, with that being said, that is towards the end of the stream. If you guys are looking for a guild, the is a top 3 guild. I think I can't sell as better as you guys if you guys want to try. Denis, the one recruiter here, is muted, by the way.
Yes, everyone message Denis if you want to know more stuff. I'm not speaking on any of that.
So yeah, if you wanna join which is a top 3 guild, they are going to have some pretty hard requirements. I don't know what the requirements exactly are, but go ahead and message Denis on Discord, and you can join them. I believe they have some room in there. They are they're one of the strongest teams out there in Battle Nations, top 3. I mean, you can't beat that, right? I mean, unless you're top 2 or top 1, I guess, but. You guys were also a smaller group. You can't beat that. But before I end stream here, Murph, you have anything you want to add? Say.
I don't know. White Castle floor meat.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll just say I really wanted to do this. I mean, a lot of this was me wanting to bring this up because I think it's very important they start and get all this information now to have the game grow. I think it's very, very great game that can really go far if it's done right.
Definitely. Yeah. This is King's idea for this series. This is something now I kind of want to take forward from King. I'm taking his idea.
Yeah, go for it. Again,
But
communities outreach and talking and generating, good not good thoughts, but good arguments is, I mean, it's always going to be helpful, especially in really most kinds of communities. It's always good to be talking about something.
yeah. Madrona Games. Madrona like this segment. There you guys go. If you are another guild and you want to be a part and you feel like we didn't talk about some certain stuff on this segment, hit me up, let me know, at me in the guild chat in BN Hideout, at me in the Battle Nations Discord, or just DM me. This could be just focused on just your guild and what you guys think what should happen. I don't know what notification that was because I haven't set notifications. But this also could be maybe your group of friends who are just playing. Maybe you are new players who who are playing Battle Nations and have a better idea on the level 20 to 30, etc., etc. DM me, let me know. I'm always open to listen and just chat to share everyone's ideas, arguments, debates, and all that mumbo jumbo. But with that, guys, I am hungry, and I think Murph has to leave.
I probably should have left like half an hour ago.
Yeah, I think Murph's been here for an extra hour or so. With that, guys, hostage. Yeah, we held him hostage. I'll put the gun down now, Murph. But yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Next stream is going to be tomorrow because we're doing Boss Rush again. So I'm going to be trying to stream every single day. But I'm going to leave you guys with ads. I'll see you guys later. Subway Eat Fresh. Denis, do you want to end anything on? Do you want to say anything? Good one to me. All right. See you later, guys.